Ladies and gentlemen, in shot there, number 15, Scott McKinley, his 131st and final game for Enterprise Cars OBM. 10 years with the club, came in as an 18-year-old under Stu Blair and Trevor Crosby, the red, white and blue. And he has made a wonderful contribution. These are two of the great clubs, Enterprise Cars OBM and the Gisborne High School Old Boys Club. High School Old Boys, Tamanui Hill, strong captain, leader of men, the blue and white hoops. High School Old Boys to run through their starting 15 for you: James Jenkins, Michael Waterson, Celeste Newval, Fletcher Scammell, Daniel Tamanui, William Kavai, Trent Prophet, Tamanui Hill the captain, then Scott Tallet, Marshall Jones. We were given Isaiah Lemur, 11 Matt, Naden Von Huata, Ioani Tupai, Corey Rehana for High School Old Boys for OBM, Lance Dixon, Ngahi Emmanuel, Miles Muir, Ladeli Tawa, Harueda Kaukiwa, Duran Smith, Blake Beard, Keanu Tomata, Ricky Tedekia, Cruz Hinaki, Davila Petihukuts, Blake Crosby, Leroy Taipa, Dylan Dolman Tuho, Lavinia Dragula, Scott McKinley. Scott McKinley, last game today. Imagine that, 131 games. High School Old Boys with the first touch in general play. Scott Tallet waits to clear. Looking left, some strong runners. The front row, Jenkins, Waterson, Newval. OBM make their tackles at the moment. One or two shallow kicks. You don't really want to kick shallow if you're High School Old Boys. Look to be Lance Dixon getting to ground. Good play by Dixon, then Blake Beard. Good play by Blake Beard. Blake Beard, it's good to see him back in an OBM jersey. Second game played last weekend. That's Dixon again. Lance Dixon again and again. So good play by the big guy, getting his hands on the ball early. OBM now, have they turned the ball over? Ball on the floor. High School Old Boys put in that short kick. OBM gathered up the loose ball. OBM have turned the ball over. High School Old Boys have the ball. Are they going to clear or what? Or not? Underneath it, Blake Crosby. Great hands by Blake Crosby. Good play by Crosby. At pace, Blake Crosby beat the sprawling Prophet. And penalty OBM. What a great catch there by Blake Crosby, and came back strong. Came back strongly and safely. High School Old Boys are judged guilty there, according to Mr. Thomas, of not rolling away. Tackled player. Nice catch by Crosby. Good hands. You know, it's such an easy thing to do, to knock on. High School Old Boys and OBM. Wait to see that first High School Old Boys try. First OBM try, for that matter. Imagine that the tension. These guys want to play their hearts out, not just for their clubs, but of course for McKinley if you're OBM. Now Emmanuel. Manuel to make the throw. Okay, OBM have the line out ball. Okay, High School Old Boys applying pressure to the OBM line out. Big lock forwards in this game. Haraweta Kaukiwa and Duran Smith for OBM, and Fletcher Scammell. Fletcher Scammell was so good at the line out last week, I couldn't get over it. Got up with two hands, see that? The way he dragged the ball down. Got great hands. Probably one of the region's best line-out forwards, I think. No doubt about it. Daniel Tamanui, his locking partner. And three tough numbers in the back row for High School Old Boys. Fantastic to have rugby here at the Oval. Scott Tallet, good scrum battle. Good scrum battle. Tamanui Hill down the blind side here. They kick the ball ahead. Here's McKinley. McKinley with a touch. His first touch. McKinley, and beats a man and goes to ground. So McKinley is into the game. That would ease a few nerves. Not just his nerves. A lot of people nervous for him. Scott Tallet there, Lance Dixon. Lance Dixon off the top rope. Lance Dixon, I love it. How about that Blakebeard? How about Dixon descending there on Scott Talent? Lance Dixon so far with a couple of good runs and there with the tackle. Scott Talent there, active too, running. Already seen Tamanui Hill and Talent probe down that blind side. They'll do that. Snipe down the blind side. Trent Prophet over there. The strong, silent type. Front row, Jenkins, Waterson, Newvale. First set scrummage. Scott Talent. Everybody's got to wear a mouth guard these days. It's been the rule for a while. Talent to feed the scrum. Okay, big push. Big push. Isaiah Lamua kicks and chases. McKinley goes back to get it. McKinley gets it. Had the ball in his hands. Talent comes to him. Good tackle. High School Old Boys, 3 tacklers there. OBM having to recover, trying to get behind the ball. Ricky Tedekia comes off the sideline. Good defence, good tackle there by Viliami Kavai. Tackle by Kavai was a good one. OBM to ground. Tamanui Hill is on his feet. Oh, great play there! That was that Tamanui Hill, and it's play on. Liz Thomas wants him to play the rugby. Already see McKinley there, trying to put pressure on the OBM fullback, who's back again in good position. Good positional play, a feature of his game, and has been for 10 years. Had to be persuaded. Thought that he was a first 5 in the beginning. And Stu Blair corrected that and told him that he was in fact a fullback. Duran Smith, the big lock. Harawira Kaukiwa. High School Old Boys. Will their line out impose itself? There's no reason why not. Normally have a very good line out. High School Old Boys. Loose ball here though. OBM have it. Okay, was that Yola Dalitawa again? Round about 3 metres short of the halfway mark, Les Thomas. Les Thomas, there's no doubt, the referees that we have who are operational at the moment are certainly pulling their weight. Les Thomas, 2 Premier grade games last weekend. They are servants of the game. Look at Miles Mueller Dalitawa. They're at the back of the line out. An awesome force, a force for good. Force of nature. Still no score. And you've seen McKinley, the ball goes 3 times towards him. He's had to work hard. OBM Keanu Tomata so good at the line. Blakebeard! Little bit of ZZ Top. Blakebeard going hard there, going straight. OBM to clear, that's a Hinaki. To Tomata. He wins the line out, takes a hit. You got to take the hits. OBM on attack here, Lance Dixon back to our Cruz Hinaki. OBM want the ball, want a penalty. Will they get the ball back? Will they get a penalty? Blakebeard. OBM working hard towards the right side of the ground. This is the 2nd weekend in a row that we've been here at the Oval, and we've enjoyed both of the matches, Premier grade matches that we've covered here. Les Thomas. So at the moment of Premier grade referees, our stocks have been bolstered by our friends from Ngāti Pro East Coast, and that's a wonderful thing. These unions are very close. They might scrap now and then, as cousins do, but I'll tell you what, there's nobody closer when it really matters. When you're in a jam, these guys come together. No score. High School Old Boys with the line-out throw. It's a big picture. The oval looks good to me. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, again, OBM there with a a win at the line out. The big guys are throwing their weight around at line out time and coming up with ball. OBM over the advantage line. They don't want to turn the ball over. That's Blake Baird. Blake Baird getting away to Dixon, wriggling like a fish. Look at that Dixon there. Cruz Hinaki was wriggling a moment ago, was Dixon. Loose ball situation. High School Old Boys defence has been pretty good. That looked a little unusual. Penalty now, OBM. Keanu Taumata gets the ball from Scott Tallett, Les Thomas. Both teams guilty of turning the ball over early in the game. Look at Trent Prophet. He's always the last man back. You know why? He's always buried in the tight. He's that man that's always underneath. He's not the show pony. He's the man doing, as they say, the hard yards. Blake Crosby made an excellent start to the game too. That catch, that memorable catch. The line out. Where only the strong shall survive. Some big guys here. No place for the faint-hearted, the line out. Ngahiwi Manuel to make the throw. Okay, good line-out ball for OBM. That was the big fella, Durant Smith, getting up. Penalty now, High School Old Boys. Keanu Taumata, so enthusiastic. Coming through to make the tackle there. You call that enthusiasm. High School Old Boys for the first time in a while probing OBM in their own half. Ricky Tedekir coming forward to make a point. You know, he's the sort of captain you listen to, Tedekir. He's not always at the referee. Those guys who are always at the referee, referees tend to stop listening. High School Old Boys now on attack. High School Old Boys looking for their first points in the Civil Project Solutions Premier Grade this year. And of course, Stuart Leach was the tiny white medalist on opening day. YMP boy, 8-man. High School Old Boys. Line out is working well for High School Old Boys here. They're in good shape at line out time. Scott Tallett waits at the back. That's good play. A moment ago that was Waterson looked to be. OBM now try to blow over. Have they got the ball? They've got a turnover. Both teams turning the ball over. One or two loose passes. Keanu Taumata. OBM looking to break out here. Both teams have turned the ball over early in the game. Les Thomas keeping an eye out. Eagle eye. OBM want that ball back. Are they going to get it back? They get another penalty. And a power whistle here from referee Thomas. Tamanui Hill. A word there with referee Thomas. Hill. Was a Poverty Bay captain. Still no score. Scott McKinley, 131 games or not, there's no doubt about it. If you're playing your last game for a club, you would be nervous. Loose ball situation. You know, balls in the air, wherever it is. You're not human if you don't have nerves. I remember years ago reading our Poverty Bay, the history of Poverty Bay, and Robbie Newlands was listed there as having played 131 games for the Union. Some people said 133. If it did get to the bottom of that, that's a lovely catch. That was Haraweda Kokiwa. Lovely hangs. OBM don't want to be held up here. High School Old Boys doing a good job here. Look at this fierce defence from High School Old Boys. They've got him up, they've held him up, they've had him up a while. Les Thomas, all eyes turn to Les Thomas. Nothing happens. Strong defence here. Look at Dixon trying to get the ball back. Scott Tallett going left side. High School Old Boys with industry here, yeomanry here. High School Old Boys with front foot ball. Good ball here for High School Old Boys. Dixon screams on the blind side. Now Tallett looking away to the right. High School Old Boys again, good, well, the ball retention is okay at the moment for High School Old Boys and get the penalty. Les Thomas. Will this be a game played at pace or not? To a certain degree, a referee can control the pace of the game. Look at Trent Prophet. Uncomplaining Trent Prophet, that's the word that comes to mind for me. Just takes his knocks. Doesn't whinge. Doesn't point at himself. You see that man down on one knee, then there is something wrong. Shot here for a... No, that's Tamanui Hill there. Look at Corey Rehana. Will he take the shot? Trent Prophet. In what I've always considered to be an unnatural position. Water's on the field of play now. The ball's in the air. High School Old Boys, their first points of the season. A good passage of play. And again, OBM have the ball. High School Old Boys take it away from them. Sometimes High School Old Boys have the ball and OBM take it away from them. For whatever reason, these sides wanting to build pressure over phases have not retained the ball for as long or over as many phases as they would wish. Les Thomas is missing something. Les Thomas. It's something. It's a leg or something. Where's Hinaki? Restart. Underneath it, Tamanui Hill. Hell hath no fury. Good play there by Tamanui Hill. Gets down. Gets the ground. OBM looking for the loose ball. Had a couple of forwards there in a good spot. There to contest. Play continues. Fletcher Gamble to ground. Good presentation. He's playing really well all round this season. High School Old Boys versus OBM is a tough battle. Scott Tallett goes back. That's Blake Crosby now for McKinley. McKinley taken there in a great tackle. Tremendous defence. Tremendous defence. Was that Von Huata? OBM put under pressure there. McKinley, recipient of a good tackle. OBM able to break a few tackles this time, and that last pass, not 100% sure it was on. Making a break there. Dylan Dolman Tuho at the end. Started off on the bench last week and gets a start today. Very talented all-round sportsman. Look at these big guys there. Miles, Muir, Lardeli, Taiwa. I was going to say that they don't come any bigger, but as a matter of fact, there are one or two. Les Thomas. 3-0 High School Old Boys, the penalty goal. Crowd starting to build up here. The crowds will come back to rugby. A sad day for the country as a whole when there were crowd limits. They'll flock back to the rugby, flock back to these sidelines where they belong. 3-0 High School Old Boys. Les Thomas. Both teams looking to build pressure on the other over phases. Keanu Taumata has been so good at the line at Riki Terekia. Sometimes looks as if he's running upright, but barrel-chested. He can take a hammering. Keanu Taumata. Powerful stuff there, but High School Old Boys defence is certain. Hard-working High School Old Boys in defence. That was Dixon. And the defence from High School Old Boys has been strong here so far in the first half. Referee Thomas allows play to continue. Okay, that was Cruz Hinaki again coming down the blind side. 3-0, remember the score. And Blake Beard with his head bouncing. Blake Beard driven back there. Well, Blake Beard knows no fear. OBM. Down to Taumata, that pass a tiny bit high. OBM continue. Looking to the right. OBM, that's Tairāwhiti there's got those colourful boots, orange boots. It's not the full colour scheme these days in terms of boots. OBM working here, being patient here, OBM, as they have to be. They've got pace. Certainly got pace with Dracula. Lavinia Dragula. Tell you what, that certainly a surname to make you sit up. He's got talent now to clear, got to clear surely. Okay, play continues. You wouldn't call it a rash of penalties, but certainly a game early on. There has been some whistle. Look at Lance Dixon there bending down to pick the ball up. Blake Beard, Miles there in 3. And at this stage, high school old boys have had the greater or the better of field position. Line-out's been good. 1 or 2 memorable takes from both sets of forwards, but also 1 or 2 have gone loose. These teams, you can expect them to be far from the finished product, but they've shown a little bit of flair, certainly Dragula before, running down that sideline. OBM have good quality line-out ball here, in a good position on the field. In the attacking half, in the 22 on the right-hand side, trailing by 3. Only 1 penalty goal. Lovely pictures here. Perfect pictures. High school old boys, they're just waiting. Who's next? They're biding their time. They can be patient. Ricky Tairāwhiti once again remonstrating with referee Thomas. Action-packed start to the game. Tamanui Hill. Ricky Tairāwhiti. 2 guys who've played with distinction for Poverty Bay. Penalty now OBM, that's the result. 3-0. High school old boys, and did the right thing too, to take the shot. Nothing like points on the board. Remember that there were a couple of teams last weekend that didn't get on the board. Ngātapa was one. OBM beat them 16-0. Last week, the juggernaut that is, Waikohu, 43 points to 0. They started the season powerfully. All of these teams know that they can improve. Not just can, must. It's Liz Thomas trotting back behind the line out. Great contest there. Keanu Taumata, a real power at the line out. Try rule there. Is that Beard? Getting up in a second. We'll have a look. It's Dixon, actually. Dixon and Beard. Beard's the next Dixon. So, Lance Dixon there with the early try. The first today on this ground. First game today, well, the first try of the big game for Scott McKinley, his 131st. Lance Dixon. Lance Dixon, a great character. Talk about a club man. Both these teams, full of guys who play the game self-sacrificingly. Dixon there in good position, and probably points to the fact that Keanu Taumata and company have been very good at the line out. 1 or 2 have gone west for sure, but Keanu Taumata got good hands. So at the moment, 5-3. High school old boys penalty goal, Corey Rehana, and the try to Lance Dixon. And Dixon has been heavily involved. He hasn't seagulled. Dixon has been everything. He touched the ball a couple of times, and I think the first passage of play. (5-3) at the moment. OBM have a 2-point lead. They have scored the first try. (5-3). This for 7-3. Expectant crowd. Weight of expectation. OBM, it's a little flat, and it hit the post. That's probably just. Isaiah Lamur impressed me before with the chase that he made. Chase on a kick through. Want to see these guys play the game with enthusiasm. 5-3. Lance Dixon gets one. These days, what the players, I think, refer to as a meat pie. So 5-3. No conversion of the try scored by Dixon. One goal, the penalty goal. 5-3. High School Old Boys restart is a high one. Underneath that is Manuel. Manuel touched by Fletcher Scammell. Ball went forward. That's a good call there by referee Thomas. He was in a good position. And a lot of the time with these referees, that's what's so important, that they get into a good position. And with the greatest of respect, and I think with great pride, we should point out the fact that many of the referees that we have at the moment are veteran officials. They are still out there. Many of us won't be or wouldn't be at that stage. And he loves it, Les Thomas. So he should. 5-3. Remember, 2 points lead, OBM. It's a short arm penalty there by referee Thomas. Okay, that's Lance Dixon. Man, he can move. You know, for a big guy, he can move. Okay, and a big whistle here from referee Thomas. It could be a card now. I don't know who that's going to. Okay, that's a yellow card. Well, I can see Lance Dixon. Okay, is that Tamanui Hill who's got the yellow card? Okay. Well, okay, that's a found touch, that line kick. Those are some of the important skills of rugby that you don't hear people talk about. Good, accurate line kick, finding touch. You know, it's just as important as any other skill. And I think Taumata's been sensational at the line out. And the big guy, Harawira Kiwa. And Durant Smith. And Fletcher Scammell. It's a really good line out battle. Good quality forwards. That's a good, well, Scott Tallett has it. Caught there by Cruz Hinaki, halfback on halfback. Good tackle there by Hinaki. High School Old Boys set down the blind side here. That's a good tackle by Durant Smith. Good play, that's Fletcher Scammell. Pouring for the ball. Okay, now Ricky Tedekir is offside there momentarily. He's back offside now. Okay, High School Old Boys willing to run it up, guts it up. It's a loose ball situation. Waterson, given to us in two. Once more, Ricky Tedekir asking the question. Referees have to do so much. You're part teacher, part counsellor, part educator. Look at the black eye on Fletcher. He should be proud. You know, that's what you call physical effort, self-sacrifice. On two legs, Fletcher Scammell. These guys are not going to go off for a black eye. These guys have waited all week long to play rugby. Not going to chip a fingernail and come off. I admire that, actually, to be quite honest. OBM and High School Old Boys, a game played in fine spirit at the moment. There's always the beast within, trying to get out. 5-3, don't forget. Fletcher Scammell and the line out. But while the ball was in the hands of Scammell, penalty now, High School Old Boys. You know, to make a call takes only a second. To interpret or understand a call, some people would tell you it takes a lifetime. High School Old Boys and OBM. Koreana kick that penalty. At the moment, the score is reflective of the grit and the effort being put in by both teams. High School Old Boys on attack now. Fletcher Scammell got hands to the ball at that last line out. He had it right there. 5-3. You got to love your rugby. Gisborne Boys High School playing away tomorrow, fielding Agricultural High School. Blake Beard, he's ready. High School Old Boys, and win their own line out, and now the throw is ruled not to have been straight. I think from memory, I remember being told once that as long as the ball passes between the inside shoulders of the two lines of forwards, that was as straight as was practical. And we all thought many years ago that the bigger the gap, the easier and simpler a line out would be. Not so. Viliami Kavai. Now with Tamanui Hill, of course, being off the field, Matt Naden has come into number 8 in his absence. Blake Beard makes the tackle. High School Old Boys continue. They trail at the moment by 2 points. High School Old Boys trail by 2. High School Old Boys, keep it going. Got to keep a good thing going. Their first real chance here at the line. First period, sustained attack from High School Old Boys. Moment trailing by 2. Miles Ladeli Tawa threatening mayhem on that open side. OBM being extended here. High School Old Boys got to get to that loose ball. They've turned it over. They were looking good there for a wee while. OBM worked hard, got the turnover. OBM makes some meters and now get a penalty. OBM's forwards had to work hard there because High School Old Boys looked likely. They did. Commendable too that High School Old Boys got that close to the line, of course without their captain, of course he being in the bin. That's at Tamanui Hill. Plays the game fiercely. That's what you want. (5-3), the penalty. The High School Old Boys opened the scoring and the OBM tried Lance Dixon. Dixon gets around the field. Background there, Heartland coach, assistant coach Tom Cairns. Throw to come from Ngau Emmanuel. That's a good throw intended for Smith. High School Old Boys putting pressure on the line out there, the OBM line out. Good play at the line out here from High School Old Boys. OBM needing to remain onside. Both sides have been penalised far more often than they would like. The guys running hard. Well, there, Viliami Kavai. Scott Tallett away to the left. High School Old Boys probe. They work hard down the blind side. They do work hard down the blind side. They still have the ball. They've got to keep it going. Get into some sort of rhythm. You've got to have ball. You've got to have the ball. High School Old Boys have the ball here. The ball did not go forward. Scott Tallett throws a pass. High School Old Boys, good pressure on here. It's Lemur. Lemur has it. And Lemur is going to score. Isaiah Lemur, the youngster, has scored a wonderful try. And that's a magic moment for a young man who's got a big heart. He's not the biggest lad you've ever seen, but he's brave. And he chased through there, got a good bounce. Scott McKinley, as he has been so often, the last line of defence. But he got a great bounce there, Isaiah Lemur. You know, that's a wonderful thing. Young player chasing through on a kick, gets a good bounce. Now High School Old Boys lead 8-5. The penalty and the try. And what a lovely kick. And what a brilliant show by the youngster, his hands. How many times as a young guy do you get that opportunity and lose the ball forward? Times beyond count. That counts. Isaiah Lemur just makes you feel like you're part of it, you know, as if you've done something. Great try. At the moment, 8-5. 2 tries in the game. Both very good ones. Very different, the 2 tries. Lance Dixon close to the line. And that by Isaiah Lamore. 8-5 at the moment. This for 10-5. Conversion from the left footer. And it's up in the air. Is it coming back enough? No. Okay, Corey Dahana left footer. Still 8-5. 2 tries. The Dixon try in the far right corner. And Lamore. Near side, right corner. A brilliant chase. First thing you want to know with young guys is will they listen and will they work hard? Here is a young man who listens and a young man who works hard. And I love the chase. Exciting stuff. Really good rugby. 8-5. 2 tries. Long restart. Scott Tallett has it. That's Rehana with his left foot now. Not going to find touch. This is McKinley there looking for a foot trap. Blake Crosby has it. McKinley in support. Crosby at pace here. Oh, what a good run. Good run there by Blake Crosby. Has some pace. Man, does he. Look at these forwards. Oh, goes that Ricky Tedekia along with Blake Beard and Miles Mueller-Delitawa. There was a time when to have 3 of them out here would have been unthinkable. A very long time ago. At the moment, 8-5. 2 tries, 1 penalty goal. Big forwards, Lance Dixon, bumper boats. Bumper boats with Lance Dixon. Good play here, midfield. OBM on attack. And about 5 out from the 22. Inaki, that's Keanu Taumata with a jiggle. Getting cheeky with it, as the kids say. OBM. At the moment, they're down by 3. 8-5. 2 tries. Entertaining rugby. Good rugby. Okay, some big hits. Big hard ones. There aren't too many big soft ones. There are, I haven't seen terribly many. 8-5. 3-point game. Guys are down. Guys are face down. Guys are writhing in agony. It's amazing guys roll around, they're in agony, and then a drink of water and they're up and running again. 8-5. Ethan Gilroy out there for OBM. Game's been played at a fierce pace. Remember, this is only week 2 of the season. Another yellow card, seemingly. Just trying to work out what's happening here. You can't always be sure of what's happened. This is where a sense of humour is essential. 8-5. I don't know what our man's jersey number is. I just can't see it. Yeah, this one. Okay, try when you weren't looking. Good stuff, OBM. That's Ricky Tedekia. Ricky Tedekia try scorer for 10 points to 8. 2-point game. 10 points to 8. Now 3 tries in the game. 10-8. Dixon try. Lamore try. Ricky Tedekia try. 10-8. Don't forget how the game began with a penalty goal kicked by Corey Rehana. Nice touch on that first kick at goal as well. 10-8, 3 tries. Enjoyable rugby. (10-8). Oval 1, home ground, home game for OBM. 10-8. This now for a 12-8. First try was an OBM try, second try Lamoa, then try Dixon. The conversion attempt is short. So 10-8, 3 tries, absorbing battle. These guys wouldn't be human, these big forwards, if they didn't slow down. 10-8. 3 tries. All of them in their own way memorable. First goal by Dixon spoke for itself. The second by Lamoa. Oh, a long way to get a better bounce than that. Well, the young man, Corey Dayhana, that's a classic restart. It's a very, very good restart. High School Old Boys have the ball. Been an enjoyable first half. 10-8. 2-point game. 14-13, so we're told. YMP over Ngarapa at the moment, 14-13. East Coast Farm Vets YMP at halftime over Larshorn Ngarapa. That's Ricky Tedekia's first touch. A touch to remember. OBM with boot to ball. Blake Crosby. He's got talent with the ball bouncing and has it now. Pursued by Dracula. Dracula has him. Got to him quickly. Look at the powerful drive here from OBM wanting the ball on the ground. The ball is loose. Now the ball is on the OBM side, seemingly. No, High School Old Boys have it. They've borrowed it away. Talent. High School Old Boys, they've been hit hard as they've hit hard. High School Old Boys trying to bring down the big guy. Going there after the big guy, Miles. Blake Crosby has it. Blake Crosby can get around. He can get around. That's the truth of it, really. If you're a little fella, you've got to be quick. Big, quick guys have an advantage, obviously. Big, slower guys, less so. But unfortunately, if you're smaller and slower, you've got to do it hard. High School Old Boys look for line. Corey Dayhana there with a lovely kick. Lovely touch. Looks to be Taniela Mr. Kosi. I heard somebody ask about rolling substitutions. I don't think that's the case. As far as well, no, I suppose you don't have official touch judges everywhere. We have one on this side, Aaron Brown. Assistant referees are a little thin on the ground these days. Referees in general are a little thin on the ground these days. Look at Lance Dixon, an imposing figure, waiting for the line out to take place. Okay, good line out ball, that's Talent. Got it to Hill, who did 10 minutes in the bin, but is back now with a vengeance. Talent again. Strong defence here from OBM. Very good orthodox tackle by Dylan Dolman Tuhome, model tackle. Scott Talent trying to throw their weight around, these big guys. Tanielu, Mr. Kosi. A man mountain for high school old boys. That was a Talent there with a reverse flick. Fletcher Scammell trying hard here. Blake Beard there with a good tackle. Some very good tackles. Technically some very good tackles. Saw one earlier made by Dylan Dolman Tuhome. Ricky Tedekia. Hear the encouragement coming from the sidelines, even the in-goal area. OBM. Okay, the ball still in play. Corey Dayhunter there with a chip. Here's a Miles! Miles coming back, huge! Round about 4 metres out from halfway. Miles, Mueller, Dalitawa. Ex high school old boys. And boot to ball. That's Blake Crosby again, and he has wheels. And they keep the ball alive here, OBM. Being constructive. At the moment, 10-8, 2-point game. 10-8. High school old boys looking to generate a turnover here. They've just got to hang in. They have the ball. Penalty now, OBM. Yowls of protest over there. Yowls, not howls. And 10-8. And some very good tries have been scored here. 3 tries. Blake Beard. Miles, Mueller, Dalitawa. There's always that feeling, you know. There's always that feeling when you've played for a club and you come back to play against them. De Villa, Petahi, Coots. Okay, penalty here. That looked a little disorganised and shapeless, to be honest. Here's Les Thomas again. The skill of listening. Ricky Tedekia. He's still listening. Waterson. Now Emmanuel. Let's throw, it's Keanu Taumata. This time out jump by Fletcher Scammell. So good play at the line out from Scammell, but they're still under pressure. High school old boys deep in their own half. Trying to hold Dixon here. They hold Dixon. Couple of tries to OBM, couple of big forwards. Dixon won. Tedekia just before half time. The moment 10-8. And high school old boys have the ball now. They have a turnover. Every last ounce of energy, every bit of effort, heart. High school old boys out of dodge. They got out of dodge. Moment 10-8. 3 tries. The big men are starting to feel the pinch. Dylan Dolman Tuhome. De Villa there wearing 10. Now Emmanuel. Last throw was 1 against the throw. Last line out was 1 against the throw by Scammell. Another throw here, Ngau Emmanuel. He'll make the throw here, Emmanuel. Only a matter of time. Well, when? Okay, the throw is a long lob this time. OBM have it. It fell to Justin out and then Blake Beard. Couple of OBM tries, Blake Beard. Blake Beard coming perilously close. 10-8, 2-point game. Les Thomas makes his inspection. Doing his rounds there, Les Thomas. OBM on the left-hand side, left side of the ground. Cruz Hinaki. Ricky Tedekia. OBM on the verge here. 10-8, 2-point game. Have they turned it over? Well, it's not easy to tell. I've seen some things today that have made me wonder. Les Thomas. So I think Oscar Wilde once said there's only one thing worse than being talked about, and that's not being talked about. I can hear Clint Pettigee over there, the OBM head coach. Corey Dayhunter, will he go long? I would think you go long. Inherently dangerous to go short. That restart is a strange kick. Tough bounce there. Okay, they're full of running. So Rico Takani, 21. Okay, nice step there by this guy McKinley. McKinley, 131 games. 28 years of age, I think. And there they are. That's Davila Petahee-Coots. Davila Petahee-Coots with the third OBM try. And you know what? In that hit parade of Lance Dixon, Ricky Tedekea, now Davila Petahee-Coots, 15 points to 8. So we've had 4 tries in the game, 1 high school old boys try, 3 to OBM. Rico Takani, interesting player, 21, certainly athletic. We now have Les Thomas explaining the laws of the game. Going over 1 or 2 of those with Aaron Brown. And you've got to take your hats off as well to these guys who are running around with a whistle in Senior 1 rugby. And they can't wait to get off the field only because they get to run here, cover the Preds. Okay, conversion is successful. That now 17 points to 8, 17-8. 3 tries, 1 conversion. Rico Takani converting the try scored by DeVille. 17 points to 8, 3 tries to 1 OBM at the moment. It's a matter of having to strike early and hard, which is what OBM did there, Enterprise Cars OBM. 17 to 8. Let me tell you, this game is absolutely nowhere near over. Not by half, well maybe by half. 17 points to 8. That conversion attempt, that successful kick at goal there from Rico Takani may end up being very important. Haven't been so many conversions. One conversion, 1 penalty goal. Justin Allen's a big guy. He released the ball, got up, went again. As per the laws of the game, towards halfway. Right on halfway now. OBM down the blind side. Remember, this is where they were hustling around about 5 minutes back. Is that Keanu Tomata? Mr. Clean, good stuff. That good at the line out. Great round the park. Certainly brought a lot to OBM. That's Rico Takani. Talented. Ball takes a high bounce. Corey Dayhunter there in good position. Corey Dayhunter with boot to ball. McKinley. McKinley underneath it and makes the catch. Good positional play by McKinley against the fellow veteran these days. And Corey Dayhunter. And gets there too, McKinley. Remember Lance Dixon talking about that he might be useful in the front row. Dixon saying that. Penalty now, OBM. Corey Dayhunter did very well there because he got a difficult bounce. That ball did not bounce kindly. Is that a yellow card now to Fletcher Scammell? Well, I don't know why that card was given, and so we don't comment, but you certainly couldn't say it's what high school old boys wanted. 17 points to 8. 3 tries, 1 conversion, only 1 conversion. 2 have been missed. Okay, and that's a Okay, that's, oh, Scott Talent, I think that was a knee in the private parts, inadvertently perhaps, but I know what that feels like, and it's not very nice. Miles, having a look, make sure Scotty's okay. And you know, the truth of the matter is, some things, as soon as you see them, they just, oh, they make you wince. Your face, it goes all hot, you can't breathe, and you get a sore stomach, you know what I mean? It's not much fun. And that is what rugby's all about. Tom Crosby out there. It doesn't matter which team the player is in, man like that will ride to the rescue, help that injured player. The decent thing to do. No, that would be horrible. That was Talent trying to save the ball in the field of play. The player came through. There's no question about the fact it was accidental, but that, honestly, that doesn't make it hurt any less. 17-8. So it's a 9-point game. And, you know, Lance Dixon amazes me, to be honest, how he gets around. I mean, he gets involved in a lot of play. Justin Allen, Miles, Mueller, Dali Tawa, they got to lift Keanu. They're not lifting the others. Keanu there in the middle of the line out. Well, now what are we waiting for here? Tairāwhiti. Kosi. Justin Allen. No, Emmanuel. Sometimes these lineouts take longer than they ought. That's a lovely catch. Moment ago, Daniel Tamanui did well. Nice scoop there, Ricky. Oh, Talent coming back hard. Lance Dixon. Look at Dixon go, his speed off the mark. I don't know if there's a way of measuring speed off the mark, but if there was a way of measuring speed off the mark, his would be significant. Okay, OBM, that was Davila heaving a pass away, and they lead at the moment 17-8. Rico Takani got the last pass away a moment ago, and the pressure is on. And high school old boys, have they survived? Okay, try has been awarded here. Try has been awarded. 22 points to 8. 22 points to 8. Things happened very quickly there. A moment ago, remember there was a break in play for the injured player Scott Talent, who was attended to. And he steamed through to try and make a tackle. OBM survived, spread the ball quickly. Ball then kicked ahead. Rico Takani. This guy is an exciting player. 22 points to 8. High school old boys so far this season have the penalty goal and the try. Penalty goal kicked by Rehana. Great try to Isaiah Lamua. A magic moment for a young man who's full of promise. Rico Takani gets height, but that's about it really. It's well short of the posts. Yep. 22 points to 8. Sometimes the rugby gods are cruel, to be honest. 22 points to 8. 4 OBM tries. And there have been a number of forwards who've played pretty well today, but man, Dixon, the way he has gotten around has been sensational. Tell you straight. $22 points to 8. $22 points to 8.
Shots ain't mean going back.
22 points to 8. And OBM now, Ricky Tenek here towards halfway and over it. Will he kick? He doesn't often kick. Not in general play. 22-8 now. Dixon has it, throws the dummy. Wave of the head. Looking for Miles. And Lance gets up. The ball is still on the ground. What's the ruling? What is the ruling? Will there be a ruling? 22 points to 8. And the ruling is High School Old Boys penalty here. Davila, Pedahi Coots. Players are injured. Lance Dixon, he gets up and runs back. He thought for a moment he was hurt, then he thought better of it, and he ran back. I love it. 22 points away. Man, I've enjoyed myself, I don't mind telling you. 22 points away. Love this rugby and the way these clubs have played the game. You know, positive rugby and with the right attitude. No negativity, no talking rubbish. These guys have competed and played hard. And some of the line-out work from both sets of forwards has been extremely good. Fletcher Scammell at the moment, unfortunately, has the yellow card, but he was very, very good value at the line-out.
Let's go, boys, come on.
Exhausting work in the forward. Miles wiggling those fingers like a butterfly. Great stuff. Talent has it. He's recovered. Ball takes a bounce in front of Tanielu Misikosi. Towards halfway here, High School Old Boys. They still have the ball. They're being brave at the moment. 22 points to 8. But on the plus side, they're on the board this season. They're on the board. Penalty and a try. Here's Blake Beard barging upfield. And Scott Taylor there has torn the ball away from him. And heroic endeavour. High School Old Boys have the ball there down at the moment. 22-8. OBM lead. Tackle by Takani. Good play here. High School Old Boys, good rugby. Good rugby. Look at Blake Beard throwing himself around, throwing other people around. More whistle. Another penalty. The bodies lie strewn across the Gisborne Oval. Gisborne Oval, prior to the game's major relocation to Rugby Park, a very long time ago, was originally known as the Park Domain. But it seems that nobody liked the name, and so it became Rugby Park. And the Oval, for those who don't know, once upon a time had a grandstand. Huge crowds. And they used to call the referees' rooms here Cockroach Corner. That was the nickname they had for the referees' rooms here. David Hooper told me that. Corey Dayhana, you know, he has been very good with those line kicks. And that's an area of the game that you don't hear players get a lot of praise for. He cleans out well at the line out. He finds the line, you know, on those line kicks. Those are the little things that make a big difference out there. But they're not flashy enough. You don't get a lot of press for it. Okay, High School Old Boys win the line out. They're going hard forward now, looking for a second try here. Talent's recovered, and I think he's been gutsy to do that. Who else could get a knee there and carry on? 22 points to 8, Talent to clear. High School Old Boys are going to keep coming. Can't do anything else. Bonhuada throws the long pass. And unfortunately the ball goes down. And McKinley puts boot to ball and chases here. Good stuff here, OBM making something out of nothing. It was boot to ball from McKinley and then the chase. You know, you really wouldn't say that the spirit was willing but the flesh was weak, because he still chases hard. God. It's at around about this time that you think, I'm never going to be out here again. I'm never going to wear that jersey again. I'm going to come off the field. I'm going to take it off.
It's time, Simban, yep. Yes.
You love something that much. And Scott McKinley loves OBM. He loves the club. He's played his heart out for them, won a Lee Brothers Shield with them. And what I really enjoy about McKinley is the fact that he's been through the highs and lows, you know, lean times and good times. Loyalty matters. Fletcher Scammell. I still don't quite know what Scammell did to get a yellow card, but that's a reflection of my own knowledge. Well, now what's happening here now? I don't quite understand what's happening here either. I think sometimes if you don't understand the rulings, as quite often I don't, it just means that I don't know as much as I wish I did. Talent, big scrum now from OBM, biggest scrum of the game. Talent recovers, goes back to get it, puts boot to ball. Chasing across. Okay, and he's kicked the ball out on the full. Guys are feeling the pinch. And that's, you know, that's what happens because guys are giving it 100%. And all of these guys are good, positive individuals. Fletcher Scammell now comes from the sideline. I think he rejoined the game initially from the in-goal area and then came onto the field. To be honest, sometimes odd things happen. That can just happen because you're not fully staffed. Okay, that's a touch there. Durant Smith, I think it was. OBM ball here, wanting to clear. Lovely camera work today. I think it's sensational. Here's Lance Dixon with ankles. The ankles of Lance Dixon. Down low around there. 22 points to 8. They are throwing themselves at it. Playing their hearts out for Scotty. 22 points to 8. That's Dixon popping the ball up. OBM continuing to come. They've enjoyed the lion's share of possession, certainly of late. That's Miles. Mueller Tairāwhiti. Dixon there with a pop pass, little floater. Kick ahead and the chase of Dylan Dolman Tuho. That's Corey Dayhana. He throws a long pass. When you're desperate, that's what you've got to do. OBM now with an opportunity. High School Old Boys spill the pill. 22 points to 8. A 14-point margin. Far too early in the season to make predictions about which teams are going to do what. That's McKinley, ball in hand. Now, I don't know whether they'll chuck them up on their shoulders and carry them off or perform a haka or whatever it is. But I saw Russell Burns bring up 100 games for our High School Old Boys, and I know what that milestone means to any player at any club. And brought that 100th game of his up from memory against High School Old Boys. It was a home game on Gisborne Oval, ground number 2. The national game, a wonderful game of rugby football. And at the moment, OBM to throw. Now Emmanuel is a good thrower of the ball and he's going to get better and better. That's heading for, okay, Scammell has got it against the throw. Beating Keanu Taumata, got in front of him, and I think that's important. Great play there by Fletcher Scammell. He's got talent, boot to ball. Game of inches. High School Old Boys inch forward. Now OBM throw. High School Old Boys have won a number of line-outs against the throw. On the one hand, you can ask the question what's happened with the throwers line-out, but give some credit to the opposition. And there, Keanu Taumata. High School Old Boys pour through. They got hands to the ball. Ruled to have gone forward off OBM. Dylan Dolman Tuho. Davila Pedahi Coots. these club teams play with a certain amount of pattern, but you don't really want club teams to play with representative style pattern. These guys play enjoyable rugby, some of it's freelance, they throw the ball around, probably more entertaining for it. And, you know, we enjoy that kind of rugby. You don't know what guys are going to do, they don't know what they're going to do. They run backwards to go forwards. He's got talent. Feeds the scrum. Okay, big turn on that scrum. Okay, penalty now. High School Old Boys have it. Are they going to tap and run? Got to find touch. And Corey Dahan has been very good with those line kicks. I don't think, not that you'd expect it, he's an expert, but I don't think he's missed touch once. The only reason normally that you're going to miss touch, you get greedy and try and chew off too much turf. That hasn't happened. Certainly hasn't happened for Dahan. He's been very good. Those are basics. You've got to have that. I mean, if you can't do that, you can't do much. High School Old Boys, now with a chance to get up and win their own ball. And really, there's no way that they should lose their own ball. 22 points to 8. We've enjoyed what we've seen. Okay, High School Old Boys win their own line-out ball. Their line-out has been very good. They can take that out of this game. Lamua there with a floater there from the try scorer. Here's Corey Dehana. The hips are the hardest part of the body. And, well, High School Old Boys, it's possible to be luckless. And coming down that sideline, opportunity hasn't knocked that off at 22 points to 8. OBM have the ball. Yeah, 22 points to 8. 14-point game. Guys continue to tackle. Continue to play with heart. Continue to dig. You admire the effort. Les Thomas with Aaron Brown. Lance Dixon. Jumping at 2 now as that goes to Cunning. Some of these guys, they are new players new to the club. Some I recognise. Okay, throw to come. Okay, Les Thomas rules that the throw isn't straight. Corey Dehana is understandably exhausted. I think he's played very solidly. Found touch with his line kicks. Been in good position 99% of the time. I can't think of too many guys that were caught horribly out of position. Once or twice the ball has bounced rudely on this turf. And even though we have had some rain, held up pretty well this turf. As I said, the game's been played in a good spirit. Cruz Hinaki over to Dylan Dolman Tuho. Puts boot to ball, it's a short kick. Attacking kick. 22 points to 8. Miles Mueller Tower. Still running to the line now. It's a good sign when your big guys want to get over there. They supply the heft. They supply the heft. The effort, the big engines. A lot of those people over there very loyal to rugby as they are. Those are mums, cousins and partners. Got those woolly hats. 22 points to 8. There's a cold day. Here come High School Old Boys again. Full of strong running. Tamanui Hill. Ball there on the ground, penalty here. High School Old Boys, they they had an opportunity. Some days, I suppose, the only thing you can do is grit your teeth. No matter what the sport, you have more tough days than easy days, good days. Okay, they've saved the ball in field there. Cruz Hinaki coming down to the sideline. High School Old Boys putting pressure on OBM in that corner, that pocket. OBM up by 14 points. 14-8, okay, it's gotten loose. Thought I saw Connor Gibson a moment ago. Yes, he is out there now, but Connor, strong stuff. Really strong stuff. OBM have the ball now, and High School Old Boys lost it forward apparently, 22 points to 8. Also good to see a number of older rugby supporters here at the Oval today. You'll often hear it said that it's a good thing to see young people at rugby. Well, it's also a very good and healthy thing to see older people at rugby also. They enjoy an outing on a Saturday or Sunday, and I must say too, I didn't get a chance to mention it last weekend, but on Tiny White opening day, you remember in a moment of silence for both Tracy Craig, who's a lovely lady, and in a very real sense, the immortal Sheila Gerard, 100 years, I would say 100 years young. She loved rugby right to the end. How many people do you know that can't wait to get to rugby at that time of life? I don't know that many people at that time of life. She lived and loved every minute of it. A one club lady. Fantastic lady, as Tracy Craig was. No fiercer OBM patriot than her. And she put in a lot of effort as well on behalf of the club. Here comes De Villa to Dylan Dolman to Ho. Penalty now, High School Old Boys. Guys are tiring. You can see the guys are definitely tiring on both sides. High School Old Boys now with some momentum. And High School Old Boys have not given up in search of their second try. Well-deserved penalty there by Les Thomas. 22 points to 8. Going to Tairāwhiti, that's McKinley. Where does he think he's going? McKinley! McKinley almost caught High School Old Boys napping there. Now High School Old Boys have the ball. Had the ball momentarily. Lance Dixon, an anguished expression on his face. 22 points to 8. 22 to 8. 14 points in it. A willing game of rugby. Both teams there. Dixon again, playing his heart out for his great mate, McKinley. Play hasn't run his way in terms of touching the ball. Isaiah Lamore. Boot to ball. He is chasing. He is chasing. Lamore almost got another good bounce. Almost got another good bounce. McKinley dropped down from behind. I tell you what, the young guy has that chip and chase. Electrifying burst of speed. OBM now. OBM running hard. Keanu Tairāwhiti has the ball. He needs some help here. He needs some support. Makes a pass. OBM running hard. Josh Tairāwhiti. Tairāwhiti with that loose ball. Keanu Tairāwhiti pops up again. OBM 22 to 8. Still have some running in them. Still a little bit left. Just a tiny, tiny bit of gas in the tank. Okay, this is strange to me. High School Old Boys have it now. They put boot to ball. McKinley will get it. McKinley has it. Will this be his last touch for OBM? McKinley runs back, changes direction, changes course. Is cut down. 22 to 8, 14-point game. OBM in front, Enterprise Cars OBM. Civil Project Solutions Premier Rugby, week number 2 here at the Gisborne Oval. OBM High School Old Boys playing hard. The Peter Martin Cup. Peter Martin Cup on the line. OBM have it. Playing advantage to High School Old Boys, who come again. They have not given up. Whether or not they're on their own side of halfway, just outside their 22. And wanting to run here is Matt Naden. Naden, boot to ball. It's going to stay in field. The ball stayed in field. McKinley. McKinley has the ball. And he puts boot to ball. And will now chase. Dylan Dolman Tuho. Pulled by Leroy Tairāwhiti. Tairāwhiti coming to make the tackle. Isaiah Lemu's impressed me, the young guy today. He has a future. He really does. High School Old Boys. Guys are down. Nathan Gilroy on the field helping the fallen player. What do you do in that situation? Connor Gibson! Connor Gibson, 6'6". Connor Gibson makes good ground. Got a touch of the ball. Made a run. Running hard here, Kuzinaki. OBM, 22 points away. The ball didn't go forward. That would seem to be the correct ruling from referee Thomas. 22 points away. Guys are down. 22 points away. I see 1, 2, 3 guys down. One sitting up. 22 to 8. Tamanui Hill boots a ball. Tamanui Hill boots a ball. Ngawi Manuel. Did he lose the ball forward? The question is asked. Play continues. Play continues. Penalty now, High School Old Boys. 22 to 8. They've been on the they've been under pressure for the entire second half. Only once or twice have they glimpsed daylight at this end of the field. 22 points to 8, a 14-point game. Gutsy stuff from High School Old Boys. They have not given up. They refuse to give in. $22 points to 8. These guys, they must be out on their feet because they've played a hard game of rugby today. And there better not be one individual who takes all the hot water. Otherwise, they'll be held to pay. 22 points to 8, a 14-point game. Okay, Fletcher Scammell, as he has been magnificent at the line-out day. High School Old Boys continuing to run. Shadows roll on. Look at their effort here, High School Old Boys. Unfortunately, though, they've turned it over. And is that Ricky Tenakia? Ricky Tenakia. Isaiah Lamar got to him, ankle tap. He gets up, roly-poly, rolls again. Ricky Tenakia has some support. Has some support. And they go in to score. Well, they have the option there. And they give it up to McKinley, who scores a try. Well, Scott McKinley has scored a try. Classic circumstances. Unselfish play. Well, that's a memorable honour. Surely the last act of the game. McKinley coming through. High School Old Boys, Connor Gibson. And gives him a pat on the hand there, McKinley. And McKinley, not too often you see him bending over, but he is. He's tired. He's going to take the shot. 27 points to 8. I think he'd given up on scoring the try. 27 to 8. This would make it 29 to 8. This for 29 to 8. You want to land these ones 29 to 8. And the game is over. 29 points to 8. Enterprise Cars, OBM have beaten High School Old Boys. They're great rivals for the Peter Martin Cup. OBM retained the Peter Martin Cup to go with the McFarlane Cup that they won, and beating Ngarapa last week was a tremendous game of rugby, rather that they defended. And how about that? That's a dream come true, a rugby dream come true. McKinley gets the last try, 131 games, 10 years, debuted for the club as a reserve first five on Tiny White opening day in 2012. Came on at first five and was pretty much convinced that that's what he was, but he has made an enormous contribution. This game today, 29 points to 8, a 21-point margin of victory. Remember, High School Old Boys opened the scoring with a penalty goal. Corey Nehana, who left the field in the latter stages, he had given of his best, and he had given everything he could. These two clubs are going to play better and better rugby as the season progresses, but this is a special game that they needed to get out of their systems. A lot of emotion involved. Scott McKinley, you can imagine the butterflies leading into this game. 131 games. That's an enormous effort on behalf of any one club. You've got to play a decade to play that many games. And during that period, you have lean seasons, you have good seasons, you have injuries, you have Lord only knows what else. And he has become, in the course of the last 10 years, the person you see today. He has been a good citizen, and, you know, we dug high and low. Not one person that we spoke to had anything but positive things to say. And OBM, it's that sort of club. It's a very welcoming club. They're hospitable people, and they can't wait to see the High School Old Boys lads after this game is over. This game was played without one single punch, one silly act. One or two people who looked rather confused took the odd break on the sideline, but the truth of the matter is it was played in excellent spirit, controlled by Les Thomas, Aaron Brown, and just wonderful stuff.